Hi again, my name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to be doing my what sold video for last week, Monday through Thursday, August 19th through the 22nd. Y'all, it was an amazing week. I started out with the last what sold video saying, I had that one really good sale that week, and it just compounded where I think in this video I have like 5 really nice sales. A lot of bread and butter and some a little bit better. So, I can't complain. And in this week, I had a really bad day. And then I probably had, again, another one of my top 10 probably for the year days. So it was fun. This week's been okay. I've got my ups and I've got my downs. It's kind of funny. I'll have it'll be slow all day long. And then overnight I'll have 5 or 6 or 7 sales. So it's just, and of course a lot of that is California and Oregon, Texas. So, it's just, it is what it is. For some reason, y'all, I'm having a hard time staying motivated. And I know I keep telling you guys, this is the time of year to start getting those profit piles listed, getting through all of your stuff, especially stuff geared towards fourth quarter. And I'm just struggling. I think adding the gym into our week is just throwing my schedule off. And, I'm learning new ways to, stretch my time in different ways. Like I've started in the afternoons because I'm using List Perfectly's Express Lister to do my listings for clothing. So in the afternoon, I've been going upstairs and getting, 10 clothing items in the drafts for List Perfectly for the next morning. And that's kind of saving me some time in the morning because, I get up, I get my listings done. I've been trying to do 15 non-clothing and 10 clothing because we are just really getting through the clothing right now. And it's showing in my sales. There's been a couple of days this week, it was like 4 and 5 items, which that's not normal for us because I don't have as many clothes listed, but it's growing exponentially right now, especially with the Express Lister. It's just so easy. Throw those pictures in there, click a button, all of a sudden it's filled in everything for you, and all I really need to do is check the details, put in the price, put in the weight, put in the size of the package, and it's done. It's done that quick. And then I got a cross list, of course, to eBay. So it's just crazy, but I'm trying to figure out ways to still get a good amount of work done, but I'm struggling with time management right now because I want to get so much stuff done, plus making the videos so that I can get the stuff processed and get it listed, and then my profit piles are just kind of piling up on me again, and I got to get busy. Robert's, I think, going to start taking over the cross listing for me as far as to Mercari and Poshmark, so that's going to take a little bit of time away so that I can focus on other things. But this is life of a reseller, especially when this is your primary income. So, you got to, manage your time and, get the work done, get it done. All right, let's get to it. Y'all, it's all eBay. Those 4 days I had no sales on the other platforms. I don't know what's wrong. Don't know what's happening. And then right after this, for the weekend, I made 2 sales on Etsy. It's kind of crazy. So, but this is all eBay. If you're new to my channel, I don't do free shipping. So when I say something sold for $15, the buyer also has paid shipping. Y'all, I'm considering changing my shipping around a little bit, where right now I have it set up that for over £1 items, I have priority as the first level of shipping and then Ground Advantage under it. And I ship out a lot of stuff priority, but now, you know, just having conversations with Robert and a couple of close friends. Most sellers now are offering their shipping discounts. eBay kind of pushed that on everybody unless you opted out. But I'm noticing when I'm checking comps for things, a lot of times because I have priority and other people have ground advantage, I'm losing my competitiveness because my shipping isn't the cheapest any longer. First thing, this is a Knitting Ganzie's DVD. We picked it up recently at an estate sale, probably didn't pay a whole lot for it, and it sold instantly within the morning that I listed it. I listed it for, you know, $19.95, and I got a $15 best offer, which I went ahead and accepted very quickly. Dakin Dream Pets, y'all, I love them, but they are very slow sellers. You know, in lots you might do better, but for the most part, for me, they have been slow sellers, but I love them. So I will continue to pick them up. This Effington elephant sold for $12.50. And Robert is still sending out most of my offers these days, and he's getting brave, y'all. He's starting to accept offers that are sent to me. Give him an inch, right? Now he's been doing fine, which again, it's just taking a lot of pressure off of me so that I can focus, because I'm the one that does the processing and the listing. So anything that he can do to, you know, alleviate some of the other tasks that, you know, we have to do. You know, he does my links after I've done end and sell similar, just things like that, just to make things easier for me. And I love it, love it, love it, love it. Garfield cat figures. These were in my profit piles, or I picked them at the bins, but these were older ones, and a lot of times the ones I find, they're kind of squishy, rubbery. These were solid and bigger than normal. These were from 1981, and they were marked Hong Kong, and the two of them sold for $13.45. Cut from the cloth women's jeans. I just listed them last month, but I went ahead and accepted a $13 offer. All right, Heart and Soul women's scrub tops. These both had Christmas themes. I want to say I remember picking these up at a yard sale for 50 cents each. I think I picked up like 4 of them, so I paid $1. They were all women's smalls, and I think I've still got 2 more left. But they sold for $20. This is from Main Joy Limited. It was an olive green bear plush. Again, one of my old bear listings, and it sold for $11.66. Another older listing, TL Toys, little angel bear, and it sold for $11.66. Fisher Price Imaginext. Again, this was, I had a Fisher Price junk box, and I finally went through it a couple of weeks ago, and this was in it. It is the Jungle Adventure Hippo. Had lots of marks and stuff on it. Sold for $10. Christmas Village resin figures. Anytime I can buy a box lot of these little Christmas Village pieces, I tend to pick them up if, you know, they're a couple of bucks. And then I divvied these up. Sometimes they're so mix and match that I try to keep them comparable sizes. So if your village, the people are 1 inch, then I'd keep all the 1 inches. This lot took a couple of months to sell, but it sold for $13. Mattel Little Miss Magic Jewel doll from 1988 sold for $19. Picked these up when we were going to Missouri on this last trip. I want to say I bought the small boxes, I think, were $2 each, and the larger boxes were $3 to $4. I've still not listed the $3 to $4 ones. The larger ones, I talked about this in a previous video. The boxes were opened. I'm not planning on counting the pieces for the larger ones, but I did count on these smaller ones, and this one sold for $10. Play School Weebles figure. Again, this is one of those times where I listed a single one thinking if I ever find another one, I'll just add it to the lot. And this one sold before I found another one, $7.15. It's similar to the ones in my little, oops, somebody's put something on it. This little fire truck here has a couple of these chunky Weeble figures. Brass, still have brass. Y'all, I forgot to say this at the beginning of the video. I finished my inventory. It's done. Robert went out there and helped me do the last bit. We moved some shelves around. We added some shelves. And I don't know how long this took me. It took me since the beginning of the year, I'm pretty sure. Because everything that we've been listing since the beginning of last year had an item number on it. You know, a little assigned number to it so that anybody who goes out there can look at my custom SKU and know exactly which item to pick up. But everything that was listed before last year didn't have it. And I assigned numbers as I was inventorying everything. So everything officially in my inventory, okay, with a few exceptions. Dishes, I didn't do all the dishes. But I inventoried them. I just didn't give them a number. But everything else has a number. Crazy, crazy. So the next time I go to do an inventory, it's going to be much quicker because all I have to do is, you know, line them up by numbers and just throw them back in the basket, throw them in the basket. So big, big plus. All right, but this mama and baby duckling sold for $11.96. Lipitor, pharmaceutical advertising stuff. I've done so well with this. This is one, I see it quite often. I don't always pick it up. If it's really cheap, I will. It did take a long time to sell. And this one sold for $15. But some of these mugs, y'all, are over $100, depending on which drug goes with the mug. Douglas Terrier Dog Plush sold for $13.45. Little People, Fisher Price, these are the vintage ones. As I find them, I usually make lots. I have started pulling some things and making bigger lots instead of having, you know, 5 little lots, pulling them, making bigger lots. This one sold for $10. This is Shanghai LC. You know, it's funny, I've just seen another one of these recently at a yard sale. I'd never seen these before, and now I found 2. This was a quantity of I had 2 of these when I listed them, and then I saw one recently. But it's a 10-inch kind of, I think it had like foamy pellets in it. But it sold for $17.95. I do really, really well with these smile face plush. But I've been staying away from the smiley word because I've heard that that's like going to get you a Vero. Damn Trolls. That's the brand. Lot. That's brand tends to do better than like the Rust Trolls. These 2 from 1986 sold for $10.76. Now, not all Oshkosh Bigosh kids overalls are bolos. They're just not. But I picked these up at a time when I thought that I had found a treasure. I bought a huge lot, so I didn't pay a lot for these. Huge lot of baby clothes that had been in a boutique, and I won them in an auction for like $5 for everything. And this was a part of that lot. But I just knew I had a treasure. And over time, I've been lowering the price and lowering the price because these have been listed for probably 3 or 4 or 5 years. Probably maybe even longer. And finally, I got an $8.50 offer on them, and I made them gone. But the ones to really be on the lookout for are like, they have designs on them. But obviously not this one because they forever listed. Manhattan Toy Blue Rabbit Plush sold for $11.66. I love that brand. It just does not sell very well for me. One of my first really good sales for that week was this. This is a Louis Vuitton print framed from 2006. I guess a lot of these, based on the research that I did, when they opened up a new Louis Vuitton store, there was a print that was framed that was available at the store opening. We paid, I want to say, either $3 or $5 for this at a yard sale. Had it forever. Had it probably over a year. Finally got it packed. And it's been listed since November. And when I got the $100 offer, this was the first time we've had any interest in it. I asked Robert, and he said, take it. Take it. So I did. So $100 from a $3 to $5 purchase. But man, I'm learning. Pictures, Robert had it packed nice. He used, I'll have him put up a picture of, we used the pool noodles and air pillows and bubble wrap and cardboard. I haven't heard from them, so obviously it made it there fine and dandy. Pluto dog plush. Again, it's a hard sell. It's a hard sell. I'm probably going to start just saying no to most Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Pluto, Goofy, those types. Although one of my good sells this 4-day period is a Goofy. So there's always exceptions. But yeah, this took a while to sell. $8.96. All right, vintage Terra toy car case. Now I actually bought at the bins. I picked it up at the bins. The case and everything. And then when I got home and was looking it over, there were all kinds of tears in the case. But don't ever just say, oh, dang, and get rid of it. That case, I went ahead and put it in my donate. Some little boy can still use it to store their little treasures. But I looked up this, the blue tray that went inside of it. And lo and behold, it was, selling. It took, about a little more than 2 months to sell, $10.49. So I definitely made my money back. This was one of Robert's pickups also. It is a slag glass lamp. Used Google Lens to help me come up with another one that looked just like it. So I was confident with my keywords. And it sold in about 2 months for $53.96. I want to say Robert paid $5 or less for it. And it wasn't very big, so you were able to take the lampshade off, and it fit fine in a priority box. Ice Age Continental Drift Diego plush. Picked this up at a yard sale recently, probably 50 cents or $1. I don't find a whole lot of Ice Age stuff, so when I find it and it's still in good condition, I'm going to pick it up. It almost always sells very quickly for me, and Diego sold for $15. Carter's Monkey Rattle plush. This has been listed for over a year. Carter stuff doesn't stick around very long, but this one, don't know. But when I got a $10 offer on it, I went ahead and accepted it. Another treasure for this 4-day period. Picked this up at a yard sale. I want to say it was $1 untested. So I went ahead and checked it. It had corroded batteries in it, but when I put a tape in it and batteries, it worked just fine. I have a recording of it working, and it didn't come with the original tape. If it had the original tape for it, I probably could have gotten probably $50 or more for the two together. But it took a little over a month, and it sold for $99.95. There's another one that doesn't say deluxe on it. I think I want to say it sells for more. But the one that says deluxe on it sells for a little bit less. But still, $100. All right, another good sell, and I've had these listed for a really long time. I paid $1 each for them. I know you guys can't really see them very well, but they are like barware glasses with these scantily clad women in their bikinis. All 4 of them were different. I'm so glad somebody bought both sets of them. But I ended up selling them for $35 a set, so $70 for the 4 glasses. Levi's women's 529 jeans, $15.94. Sold a lot of clothes this week. American Girl Bitty Baby Doll from 2021 sold for $23.25. And then these pants. They're actually coming back to me. These are Wrangler Q Baby women's jeans. They sold for $17. The dilemma that I'm facing with this return is she didn't even go through the return system. She sent me a picture of the receipt. She has mailed them back to me priority. So when I get them, normally I don't give them their return shipping on a buyer remorse or change my mind type case, but she's paid the return shipping. So should I'm leaning towards just going ahead and giving her 100%, including the shipping, because normally I pay for the shipping to be returned to me. So it's just, I don't see that very often that somebody doesn't even go through the return system. So probably, what would you do? Tell me in the comments. All right, another Robert find. We picked this up at the same place I bought all of those HO scale stuff. I also bought that weird head that we already sold for over $100. We bought the mortuary liquid empty bottles that I've already sold one for $60. But Robert picked up this book there. I want to say it was either like $2 or $5, something like that. And it sold for $40. But it was, a book on how to do like makeup and stuff in a mortuary. All right, proper men's cargo pants, $18.61. These are like uniform pants for like paramedics and cops and stuff like that. We find them on occasion. A lot of times they have their original tags. They haven't even been used, but sometimes they are used. All right, Walmart two-tone horse plush sold for $11.66. This is a viewer sale, so thank you so much, Jamie. Jamie picked this Teddy Ruxpin bear up that I picked up, I think it was at our Connecticut trip. He was the 1991 Play School version. When I tested him, the tape player works, but the mouth and eyes wasn't moving. She said her son actually collects these and he didn't have this particular one, so she purchased it for him. $22.45. So thank you, Jamie. Green Frog plush puppet sold for $8.96. Bread and butter. American Girl Bitty Baby Teddy Bear. I used to find these a lot. Don't find them as often anymore. And some of the newer ones I think sell for a little bit less. I think this was an older one and it sold for $15.95, but it's just a little 5-inch bear. Coloring books. Y'all, anytime I'm at a yard sale and I see vintage coloring books, I usually at least flip through them to make sure that they don't have any colored pages or very few colored pages. Like this one had one page colored. I still picked it up. A lot of times I pay a quarter or 50 cents for them. And I just like collecting the older stuff anyway. You know me, vintage. And it sold for $8.96. I picked up, I want to say 4 or 5 of these type coloring books at a yard sale one day. Kohl's Cares Pete the Cat plush sold for $8.05. Bread and butter. Animal Adventure Lion plush 2014 sold for $26.95. Teddy Mountain Barn Owl took forever to sell. I will not pick up. I think that is like a place kind of like Build-A-Bear or Boyd's Bears where you can go in and have stuff stuffed for your kids. And it just took forever to sell. I picked it up because it was an owl, and I usually do well with owls, but not this one. $9.86. This was in the box lot of HO train stuff that I picked up at a church sale this summer. 20 bucks. I've already sold one of the trains for over 100. And I've sold several other things from it. Some of the buildings, some of the other pieces that were in the box. And these were a mixed lot of train tracks, and they sold for $21. Hollister women's denim shorts. Still selling shorts. $12. Another viewer sale, so thank you so much, Yvonne. Yvonne purchased the Animal Alley Cocker Spaniel dog plush for $10. This was a new to me brand, and it just seemed to have a really good quality to it, so I took the time to check comps, and I'm glad I did. Definitely be on the lookout for apple bottoms. Let me show you the tag. It looked just like this. And these sold for $31.21 in less than a month. Another one of my great sales. This is Mattel Patter Goofy Plush Pull String toy from 1968. Let me see what I have here. It is discolored, has damage and repairs, which will need to be done. What else? Let me go down here. The pull string pulls out and retracts, but it does not talk. So just, you know, and I think, did I put a video in here? No, didn't put a video because, you know, recording something that doesn't work. But it sold for $97.50. And it's not my best sell. Not the best sell, but look, I like 4 or 5 of them. Cabbage Patch Kids doll clothes. These are more contemporary. I kept getting $5 and $6 offers on this, and finally it sold for $12.11. Walmart Dalmatian Dog Bean Plush sold for $17.95. And then my best sell, yay, was the South Park Dead Kenny Pillow Plush. Sold for an offer of $200. $200 for a pillow. And I think this was one of those things, I think it was the Nashville bins. Robert brought it over to me, and it had some condition issues. The stuffing was breaking down, and I was like, really? Did you check the comps? I'm pretty sure it said that in the recording that we had of it. And it was worth it. Definitely worth it. South Park, y'all. I never watched it, but I know my older boys did. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys find some of these things out at yard sales, estate sales, and thrift stores that are selling very well for me. And hopefully you're learning some of the things not to pick up that seem to be taking a long time to sell. But, you know, in the end, it sells and it all adds up, right? Bread and butter, it all adds up. All right, y'all, get to work. Bye.